Hi, I'm Melissa Keenan. Today I'm going to recreate a Christmas ornament that I remember making as a kid, and it didn't turn out so great, so we're going to try to see if we can find a better way to do it. First, I'm going to do it the way I did it in grade school, and then I'm going to try to do it in a better way and see if it works. So I got these rings. I think this is the size, or close to the size I did in grade school. But we're going to start out with these littler ones first. Might as well not waste as much money on the big ones if they don't turn out good. So what we did was we took a ring and we put it on tin foil, and then we put some glue in it, put some felt in it, and we used white Elmer's glue, and it was supposed to dry clear, which I'm not sure why they thought white glue would dry clear, but I remember mine didn't, so we'll see how it works out. I don't know about you, but in grade school, my favorite class was art class. Not that I did great, but it was more fun than the other classes. So obviously with these littler ones, I'm not going to need, a whole lot of this felt, just a little bit, just a few pieces. Let's see. It's a Christmas ornament, but I'm not just going to do red and green. That might be a little boring. So I'll just snip some shapes off here. They don't need to be perfect triangles or circles or anything, just whatever shapes you can make. I mean, I suppose you could make perfect circles and triangles, but I'm just going to do a bunch of different odd shapes. I think I'm going to end up doing just one with Elmer's glue and then some with different glue, and then 3 different backings to see which one is the best. Because when I was in grade school, we did it with tin foil, and supposedly you were supposed to be, once the glue dried, you were supposed to be able to peel the ornament off of the tin foil, and on mine the tin foil stuck to the glue, and I wasn't ever able to get it off. So I'm gonna try some different backings to see which one works the best, because obviously tin foil did not. Now a lot of people call this arts and crafts, or just crafts. I wonder if there's a difference between arts and crafts. Is arts more of a, what's the word I want to use? More of a sophisticated type of craft? Because you hear of the arts, and there's dancing, there's music, and then there's painting. We call that arts. So is crafts not as fancy? I don't know. I wonder if there's a actual answer to that or not, or if it's totally arbitrary. Okay. So we got the tin foil. No, it's not tin foil. Got the tin foil. I don't know what side you're supposed to use. Are you supposed to use the shiny side or the the not shiny side. Try not to cut myself. So I'm going to use the Elmer's glue first. We're doing it the way I did it in grade school with Elmer's glue and tin foil. And of course I'm going to have to let these dry. I don't know how long I should let them dry. It depends on how thick I make the glue. I'll probably give it at least 24 hours and then we'll come back and check them. I should put a string in these before I glue. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm not going to use anything too thick because I don't want it, if the string is too thick, it might make the glue go under, or it might guide the glue out from underneath the circle. So I'm just using a double thickness of thread. Now I'm all winded from going up the stairs. Okay. Okay. Had to take a quick break to adjust my cameras and switch tripods and everything so I can get the right one. Not for the camera, the right one for my phone. Alright, let's see how this works. Seems to be open. Okay, here it comes. Ooh, this is going to take a little while. It's coming out in a really thin strip. But maybe that's good. Maybe that'll help me not to overdo it. Trying to nudge it underneath the little curve there of the ornament. Now I'm going to trim some of these down a little bit smaller because they're a little too big for this small circle. Can you tell this is my first video? Oh no. Now I don't remember, like we put glue down, we put the felt in. I don't remember if we put another layer of glue over the felt. I kind of feel like that would be too thick, but I gotta get some more under this ridge here. So it actually attaches to the wood. I think we need another little piece of green. Although the green's kind of dark. I don't think there was a lighter green in that pack. Okay, so some have glue over the top of them, some don't. We'll see how that looks tomorrow or the next day, depending on when I decide to do this again. So there's the first one. Not too bad. We'll see how that works. I kind of wonder if I should do the other side of this to see which side is better to do it on, the shiny or the matte, I guess you would call it. Let's do that. To do it again. Oh, I almost forgot the string again. Let's try this again. This time I'm going to make sure it gets under the edge first. Because if the glue doesn't attach to the ornament, what good's that going to do? I don't know if I should press the felt in or if I should just let it sink in. I don't know if it will sink in. It'd help if I had better aim. That's okay though. You can slide it over. If this weren't just an experiment, I might with the bigger ones once I figure out which way works the best. See if I can make a little scene or a little specific decoration, not just little triangles and weird shapes. For these next ones, I'm going to use clear tacky glue, so that should definitely be clear. And I'm also going to use plastic wrap and parchment paper. I would also do, what's it called? Wax paper, but I don't have any and I don't feel like running to the store to get it. Besides, like growing up, I always thought wax paper, stuff would come off wax paper better because it's waxy, but it actually, when I was a grown-up, I actually found out that stuff comes off of parchment paper better. I'm going to try to uncurl this because I don't know if the curling will make the glue come out from underneath the circle. There. That worked. It worked better than I thought it was going to. Oh, the heat just came on. Do I have to snip the end off of this? I think I do. Whoop. I hope I don't step on that later. Well, it looks like there's a tiny bit of bubbles in there. Oops, didn't get that one edge. I hope I'm putting enough glue in to catch the edge. Enough. I also always wondered, you know, you hear people talking about using resin and stuff, and I was, you know, it looks cool, but you have to mix it just right or else it won't set. And you're supposed to do it in a well-ventilated area, which I don't have. I have my basement side, but so I always wondered if you could just use tacky glue instead of resin. It's a lot less volatile, so we'll see if this works. Maybe better than, or at least safer than resin. Okay, now on to the plastic wrap, which I feel like is going to be difficult to use because it's so clingy. But at least if this doesn't peel off, it's clear and you won't see it. Because if this gets stuck and this gets stuck, then it won't be clear. Well, that wasn't too bad. Having this slidey thing helped cut it. You know how you get one without the slidey thing, you're like wrestling with it to get it to cut, and then it's, by the time you get it all cut off, it's all mangled up. So I really like that slider blade, I guess you'd call it. There's like little tiny strings hanging off this felt and it's getting stuck in the glue on my fingers. I'm having a hard time. Even after I let go, it still wants to come back up with my finger. I did this one, the glue a little thicker, so we'll see how long it takes to set. I think I can see the fuzzies of the felt, or maybe that's where I just stuck my fingers in it. We'll see. So I'm gonna have to let these sit for, like I said, I'm gonna do 24 hours because I'm not really sure how long. With it being this thick, it's not just like a little dab like you do on paper. So I'm assuming it's gonna take a while. So we'll do 24 hours, maybe 48 hours. Especially because I'm going to my daughter's tomorrow, so might forget about this tomorrow night. So we'll come back and see how it worked out. Okay, we're back. It's been several days, and I've taken a peek at them, and I think I didn't use anywhere near enough glue. I was just expecting them to dry. I was not expecting the glue to, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not dehydrate. Evaporate. I wasn't expecting the glue to, like, evaporate. So I did 4 of them. I think I'm gonna just add more glue to a couple of them and then just redo the other ones. And I'll get a close-up of these so you can see what I'm talking about. Like, look at that. That's... Look at that. That's... Like, I had put it up to the edge. See that little line there of glue? The glue was up to that point. I mean, maybe it was kind of... I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is. Anyway, not enough glue. You can't even tell I had put glue in. This one, like, this part doesn't even look like it had glue in it at all. You can barely see a shine. That's so crazy. I wasn't expecting it to evaporate. That one looks cool, but I think we might just be seeing the plastic. So I'm going to redo these. I'm not going to film it because you've already seen me, you know, pour glue. So we'll come back in a few days and hopefully they're all... Because I feel like if I peeled this off right now, like, I can't even peel that off, I guess. At least the tin foil. I don't think there's enough glue there to... Well, I guess there is. It's very, very, very thin. You can kind of see where I pulled that down. You can see the glue. I'm just afraid, because it looks like this one at least will peel off. Oop. Forgot to hit the record button. See where I peel it off and you can see through it. But I just feel like it should be a little thicker because I'm afraid if I touch it too much it might just crack. We might just peel that one off and see how it did, but I'm definitely going to put some glue, extra glue in some of them just to make it a little thicker, more sturdy, so that I'm pretty sure, even if I was able to peel this off, I'm pretty sure it would break at some point. Okay, this one, the original glue I used was Elmer's glue. And then, because the glue wasn't thick enough, I put the tacky glue over the top. And you can see, I'm pretty sure when I did the Elmer's glue, I got Elmer's glue on top of the felt. And so it looks cloudy after I put the tacky glue over the top of it. Same with this one. So we'll see. This one started out with tacky glue and I just put more tacky glue in it. Although I'm not sure I put enough. It's hard to tell how high that glue is coming up the edges. And then this one is a new one I did with the Elmer's glue, and I filled it really high up the edge. And I put the felt in there, and I did not let the glue get on top of the felt. But as it's sitting there, it looks like the glue is coming up through the felt. I don't know if you can, like, because the orange was that bright, and now it's definitely has glue on top of it, but I did not put the glue on top. I think it's soaking through. So we'll see how these turn out after they dry for the second time. The red one, the glue hasn't come up through it yet or gone over the top of it. I'm not really sure if it's going over the edge and covering it or if it's actually soaking through the felt. But you can see on the very edge, it looks like it's starting to get on top of the red. So we'll see how that turns out. So we'll see again in a few more days. Okay, let's see how these did after I added more glue. Hopefully they won't break, but I don't know if it made them look better or not. So we'll see. Alright, let's start with the ones that I don't think the backing is gonna come off very good, but we'll see. It might surprise me. It might be different than when I was a kid. You never know. Oh, it actually looks like it's coming off. Wow, that actually looks pretty good. It's not very clear. I don't know if you can... Does that help? It looks a little cloudy still because the first layer was Elmer's glue. And then that was the non-shiny side of the tinfoil. We'll see how it comes off of the shiny side of the tinfoil. If it comes off the same or if this is stuck on there better or worse. Oh, that one actually came off too. No tinfoil stuck to that. I think it looks pretty good. It's still cloudy again. So it's not terrible, but you can definitely see that it isn't as clear as the tacky glue would be. But I still think that looks pretty good to put on my tree. Now this is the one that was just tacky glue. So it ended up being 2 layers of tacky glue, and this is on parchment paper. We'll see how the parchment paper peels off. Oh, that peeled off really nice. This is actually still cloudy too. Was this just tacky glue? Or was this also Elmer's glue? I'll have to go back and see. Now this one is for sure just tacky glue, and it obviously pops off the saran wrap nice and clean. Didn't have to tug on it at all. The only problem with this one is it was very bubbly and it's very lumpy. Okay, now this one is the one that I just started totally over with and just put a really thick layer of Elmer's glue. And this one, it should peel off nice. But this one's cloudy, and as it was, when I put the felt on there, it just kind of sunk in to the Elmer's glue. And then the Elmer's glue covered it up. So they're not, because the felt isn't on the surface, the Elmer's glue kind of makes it a little harder to see the colors. And it's definitely not clear. You can't see. You can barely see my hand behind there. I'm trying that with the... That was definitely not clear. I think I am gonna just do a decoration. Still trying to decide what I want to do. I could do a wreath. So I could do a candle. I'm gonna do one on that and then one on parchment paper. And unroll it, or roll it up the opposite way so it will unroll. I don't want it to be flat. I think I'll try a candle. I'm gonna try to make a candle, like one of those fancy old candlesticks holders. That like has a tray on the bottom to catch the wax. Not gonna be too fancy with it because it's felt. And a little bit of yellow on top of the orange to give the flame some depth. So I guess we wait a few more days to see how that one works. And hopefully this camera keeps working, because lately, well, ever since I started using it, it would turn off after like 8 minutes or whatever, and at first it would make the shutter noise, so I knew it turned off. But then I was hoping I could play with the settings and that it would stop turning off. But whatever setting I did turned the shutter noise off, but it still keeps turning off. So now I don't know when it turns off. So it'll just turn off and I'll have no idea how much of my talking didn't get in the video. So sometimes when that turns off, I'll just have to use this, and if all you're ever seeing is my hands, you'll know it's because that camera turned off and I didn't know. So there's one. Can you see this one? I'll make a wreath on this one. I wonder if just squeezing it continuously helps it not to get bubbles. Like if I let go and like some air get in there to get more, is it gonna cause bubbles? Because sometimes you just can't squeeze it anymore. You gotta let some air in so you can squeeze it again. We'll see. Hopefully this dries without getting chunky like that other one, but I'm pretty sure this got chunky because I put tacky glue over already dried tacky glue Well, it looks like my candle is sinking into the glue, which doesn't surprise me. Oh no! I didn't mean to touch it with my fingers. I just wanted to drop the yellow thing in there. My finger was closer than I thought it would be. So hopefully that didn't make it chunky. Uh-oh, it sounds like the furnace is about to come on. Now a bow. Let's see. That looks bow shaped. Now can I get another one the same shape? Is the bow supposed to go at the top of the wreath or the bottom of the wreath? Uh-oh. Well, I already put it at the top, so I guess it's going to be at the top. I hope I'm not ruining that. I feel I'm sticking my fingers on it too much. Now for some ribbons hanging off the bow. I don't think the tweet. Ah! Part of the bow fell onto my candle, but it landed on the white part of the candle. I don't know if I should even put this on there. I feel like I'm gonna ruin it. I don't know if that looks good or not. I think it looked better without the bow, truthfully. Oh well, live and learn. Ah, sorry, didn't mean to knock you over. Well, we'll come back later to see these dried. All right, let's see how these ornaments did. They don't seem to be any thicker than the first ones I did, which I'm pretty sure I like put 2 layers. And they didn't. This one at least isn't very clear, and I can see holes in it. Huh. If I put my hand behind there, I don't know if you'll be able to see the holes. Maybe if I put some felt behind it. See, it's kind of cloudy. This one is. Like you can see the streaks, although I'm pretty sure I put the glue in a circular pattern, but you can see it's like streaks on it. I don't know if you can see that. So that one was on parchment paper. Maybe the one on the plastic wrap will be smoother. Wish there wasn't a shadow. Maybe if I go like this. That one came out pretty good. Maybe I made this one thicker? I don't know. But, so yeah, I'm not sure what happened with this one. I don't think I did Elmer's glue. I don't know why this one came out streaky, other than maybe it's because of the parchment paper. Because it's not as clear as, like, look at, not as clear as that one. Now to see what it looks like on a tree. Welcome to the last week of fall. According to me, my timeline, fall officially ends at when the clock strikes midnight on Thanksgiving, and then Christmas officially starts the next day, or at midnight, I guess. So that's a good time. This is a good time to look to see how my ornaments turned out for the last time. And I've got my apple cider here with my Power Couple mug. Aren't they so cute? So let's go see how those ornaments turned out. All right, so here are ornaments. I didn't put two of them up because there were three that were basically all the same, so I only put one of those up. But yeah. Yeah, this one definitely didn't get as clear as the other one, even though I used tacky glue for it, but I still think it looks pretty cool with the light behind it. Anyway, so this one was Elmer's glue, and then when I saw that it was too thin, I put tacky glue over the top of it, so it's not 100% clear. And then this one was tacky glue. It was too thin, so I put more tacky glue over the top of it. I actually kind of like that the quote-unquote glass is, I don't know, has texture. It catches the light nicely. And then this one was all Elmer's glue that I made way too thick, and the felt sank into it. I actually don't mind the way that looks. And then this one, it came out so clear. That's so nice. Try to get that light right behind there. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. So yeah, those are the ornaments. They turned out pretty good, I think. So those are my glue ornaments. I think they turned out pretty good for just being glue ornaments. I hope you enjoyed this adventure with me. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I really enjoyed this, and I hope I see you in the next video.